Hello, good morning. Welcome to this tutorial. Uh, Thank you for joining us. Okay, this morning we'll be looking at PHP array and also we'll be looking at the sort functions we have in PHP. Looking at the screen, you will see, looking at the screen, you see those topics we'll look at this morning, or sorry, afternoon or whatever may be your time in your location. We look at those topics, those headings, rather, then we do some practical examples. So let's go by what's an array. An array is a data type, or what you can call it data structure, that allows the storing of multiple values and multiple data types. Which simply means in an array, you can store string, you can store number, you can store array inside an array. And also in an array, you can have more than one value. You can have 5 values, but all the values are referred to using just the variable name. Using just the variable name. So we have in PHP, we have the default array, which is normally accessed, with the items are normally accessed using the indexing method, but also we have the associative array. In other programming languages, you see the associative array, like in Python, you see it as a dictionary. In JavaScript, you see it as an object, okay, which is a mapping of keys to values. That's an associative array. So instead of you using default to refer to the item, the instead of using the index position to refer to the item, you'll be using the key to refer to the items in the array. Okay, so that are the two types of array we have basically in PHP. Okay, I will be glad to show you the arrays. I'm glad to show you the arrays. So I have a PHP script which I've already written, and I've already created the page and I've done some examples, but I will comment out those examples and we'll go straight by showing the two types of arrays we have in PHP. Okay, so we'll be fast about that, but would like also to have for us to have ideas on what we're doing. Okay, so let me show my screen quickly so that we can get started. Okay, as you can see on the screen, excuse me, as you can see on the screen, I have this array which I name as first. Okay, I have this array which has now first array. This is just an indication that an array can take more than what is expected. That is in ordinary data, in ordinary variables. It takes more than one value And so the first array, we have 20, which is an integer. We have James, which is a string, and we have 21.5, which is float. So you see, for me to refer to this array, I have to do what? Refer it using the index positioning. Now, in accessing the content of an array, you might be thinking, I used to, so I'm expected to see James. No, in array index positioning or indexing, you start actually from zero. So when we start from zero, you go from 0 to 1. So the the item 1, the item 0 is what we have there as 20. Then, and the item 1 is what we have there as James. So never you make the mistake of saying 1, 2, 3. That's 120 is 1. No, 20 is in index position 0 and not in index position 1. Okay, quickly, same thing applies to this. Same thing applies to this array that is called names. We just have all as strings. And in PHP, we even want to see the array, we cannot use echo array. We can only echo the item in an array, but we cannot echo the array. If we use echo the array, it only tells us that it's an array. It tells us the type of the data type, the type of the variable, that of the variable. But if we want actually to see the content and the details in the array, we'll use print r. Print r is the function that we use. But if we should use echo, okay, let me go with this. If I should use echo, sorry, if I should use echo, and let me break it. Let me give it two break. And I say you should echo names. Good. If I say you should echo names, you see, it will tell me that it is an array and nothing more. Okay. Sorry for that. My semicolon was mixing. You tell me it is an array and nothing more. This is what we have here. It says array and there's nothing more. So we can't use echo to print out the contents of an array, the contents of an array. But we can use echo to print out the value or the index, or sorry, the item in an array. So this print R gives us details like the index position and also the item. But there's a more state function which is called dump, var dump. So when we use var dump, it gives us both the index position, the item, and it gives us the length or the count of each of these items. And it starts from the array. It starts from the array. So from the array, we see that using var dump, it tells us that the array 3, that is the array, contains 3 items. The first item, which is an index position 0, is an integer, the data type, and it is 20. The second item, which is at index position 1, is a string, the count is 5, and it is James. While the third item, which is at index position 0, is a float, and this is the value. So this is what var dump does. That is the difference between var dump and print out. var dump gives more detailed information, showing the counts or the length, the data type, the item, that is the item of the array. So this is what happened. Now, all this is all about what we have as the default array, what I normally call as the default array. And in PHP, we have something else which is more than the default array, where we call that associative array. So in a moment, let me just comment this out. Let me comment all this and let me uncomment this. So we have an associative array. I did all this to save time. So I have an associative array. So in this associative array, we have the mapping of key to value, and it can contain anything. It can contain anything. So this is what we have here. We have this associative array, names. The name of the associative array is names, and the key, the first key, which is what? Which is first name, is also give us arrays. Also give us arrays, which is what? Which is Alima, Abel, James, and Paul. Now the first key, the item to first name is an array, a default array, not an associative array. And also it can also be an associative array. Remember, array can contain array, which we call a nested array. So why in this, in the last, in the other key, which is last name, we also have what? Arrays. So if I should do this, I will have this. But quickly, let me just comment this and do the var dump. Let me do var dump names and not first, not calling the key, not to dump the key. Now you see this, we have this. If you can see that, let me just, you have this, and you see it contains two items. This is the first key, first name, and the second last name, which is this. So these are the two items contained in this array. Contains two arrays. Good. Now, in this situation, if I am to print, or if I'm to refer to anything, I can simply refer to, I remember the items, the values, sorry, the values to this associative array for the key first name is an array. So I can't use echo. I can't use echo. So just have that in mind. I can't use echo. Now, quickly, we've been talking about array for the non-professionals, not those that are new in PHP. Please pardon us. This is the way you can create an array. You can create an array this way. You can create an array using just this simple keyword array, or you can create an array using the variable name, then use a block bracket. Either of the two ways you can use in creating your array. Either of the two ways you can use for the creation of your array. Okay, please forgive us if you were lost when we're talking about arrays. Kindly forgive us. We're trying to manage our time, because in some locations, some people will be very, very busy this particular dawn of the day. Okay, now I will just make use of little functions here, which is what to, which this is just, array push is to push items, or to push an item into an array. So when we had the array number, we started it and having nothing. So that's why I dump it. Then after pushing 20, 56, 33, I did another var dump. So that we will see that this is actually a way we can add items to array. So after the first var dump, gave us this, which is nothing. Then the second var dump, after pushing the the items, produce this. So we can see that we can use push to push an item into an array, and we can also, in the other way around, if we want to take away item, we can use dump to dump, sorry, we can use pop to pop the item. And when you are popping an item, it takes out the last item. So when I pop this numbers, which is an array, it will take out 33. it will take out 32. So let's look at it. You see, before the okay, let me break it at each point so will have a more detailed explanation. VR, VR, good. So you see this. So we can see this. Okay. So this is at the point we created the array, it's nothing. We push the array, we push items into the array, and we have this. Then we did a pop. After doing a pop, it took away 33, which is the last item in the array. Good. So this is just a simple introduction on array. Briefly, I will show us how we can sort an array.